around the ground that look a little bit odd, but I think they'll sort themselves out.
Harding from the ruck contest at the boundary throw-in, can't take it out. Now it comes towards Peters and the boundary line as well. Pushed it to a bit closer towards the centre wing position on the southern stand side. Suburbs.
That Martin DeLang has become inconspicuous after that haircut earlier.
Yes, he's had the white locks.
They're gone.
Cut out of it. Thank goodness for us. Anyway, comes back towards Connors now in the on centre wing. Frost tried to get it back towards Connors. He picks it up now. Handball chopped off by Michael O'Leary. There he is. The James Hurd of the GDFL gets his first kick away in season 1999, and it's now towards brother Sean, who's got it inside 50. Can put the first score on the board. Goes towards Sheen, who's lining up at full forward, and Hewitt got a hold, got a mark anyway. Will be paid for the hold, and we'll have a first shot for goal. And his mum and dad are probably listening, so I shouldn't call him James Hurd, should I? He looks like him though, Hurdy.
Yeah. Actually, Sheen's mark then, that was a sensational mark. He used his body well, positioned himself in front and just let the ball fall into his arms.
And he's put the first goal on the board at the 2-minute mark of the first term. Troy Sheehan's first goal, and lining up at full forward, a new spot for him, I would think, this afternoon as well. 1 straight goal, 6 points. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. Bannockburn yet to score. And as I said, 2 minutes gone.
I couldn't agree more. Pete, he positioned himself very well. He was going to get a free kick if he didn't get the mark anyway.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look that big, and when you have a look in the match day, he's only 6 foot tall. Now that's not really all that big if the statistics are right. But when you have a look at, I think he's on Hewitt down there. Hewitt's a fairly big lump of a lad, and
there's not a lot of height in that forward line. Hodgson and Singleton in the forward pockets, and Sheen at full forward, but they might try and run goals in.
Yeah.
Umpire with the ball, back in the middle of the ground. DeLang and Frost once again go at it. DeLang clearly gets the tap down in the middle. Ball still in the centre circle. I think the umpire will come in. We'll have a secondary bounce about 1 metre from the circle. So players moved into the square very, very quickly there. And now there's 15 or 16 in the middle. Contested tap down. Camerado can't get the ball clear. Players trying to kick the ball off the ground. By gee, it's very congested in the middle there. Finally, a couple of handballs for Eastern Suburbs, but Williams, can't find the ball. But he does with sheer strength, put his body in there, and Eastern Suburbs just through sheer persistence have got the ball in there. Tom of Bannockburn picks it up, tries to get a handball clear, and by gee, there's a bit of pressure on here all of a sudden in the first quarter, and the ball's been cleared out to the northern wing. Picked up for Eastern Suburbs this time by Delamonica. Has a pot shot from 35 metres out. It's going to just miss, and in fact Tom runs the ball through for the Eastern Suburbs side and the Victory Trophy scoreboard. 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Eastern Suburbs 1-1. Bannockburn yet to score.
Just trying to keep that pressure on in the forward line as Delahunt kicks out for Bannockburn. The umpire is asking him to come back and do it all again from the fullback position. So 1-1. Eastern Suburbs doing the early attacking. 4 minutes gone. He elects now to go longer towards centre half back. He's got Rose uncontested. And he takes the mark just on defensive 50. Tries to measure the pass towards Corey Flanagan. It's okay. And they've chipped it into the centre square. Now he goes towards centre half forward. Stefanowski backs himself, then drops the mark and lets his opponent in, Clinton Shaw. He goes towards full forward. Andrews is up against him. Hill does well to get a hand to it. Needs some support. Got some from Gemmell. Runs into an Andrews tackle. Loses the football. It's at centre half forward for Bannockburn. And they hold it in there, the forward line of the Tigers. And we'll have a ball up. Andrews to do the ruck work for Bannockburn. Up against DeLang, who's getting back there. He goes up. They both get a hand to it. Falls towards Camerado. Gets half a kick away towards McCormack and Giles. Standing his ground is Frost. Can't take it with him. No. Buckingham comes at him at pace and picks it up. Handballs over the top towards Williams. Standing start. No look. Handball to Delamonica. Has to get back on the right. Does so now. Long towards full forward. Coming out. Hewitt backs himself and will be able to take the mark uncontested. Leaves Sheen behind. Plays on quickly. Goes towards Delahunt. And they could be away here creating some loose men on the outer side.
Delahunt gets the ball wide. Taken again. Bannockburn on centre wing. Chip it back towards Harding in the middle of the ground. Can't take the mark. Good defence there by Eastern Suburbs on centre wing. Now the ball, well, it's under 3 or 4 players, and unfortunately they can't get it out. The umpires, and they're consistent with that this year, Pete, they're giving players a chance to get it out, and if players are fair dinkum and can get it moving, they'll keep the ball flowing.
I think a lot of the players are aware now of the rules about pulling it in, you know, and players these days tend to try and push the ball out.
Pretty right. O'Leary again, second possession. Just chips it short into the centre of the ground. Delamonica plays on but gets tagged, unfortunately for him. Now ball turned over. Bannockburn go towards the centre half forward position. Shaw can't take the mark. Stefanowski Can't get it either. Comes out to East. East on half forward to Bannockburn. Has 2 bounces. Run inside 50. Umpire paid advantage then, and East's had a pot shot at goal from 35 metres. It's gone across the face of goal, and there's the first score of the afternoon. On the Victory Trophy scoreboard, Bannockburn 1 behind, Eastern Suburbs 1-1-7.
Really, he shouldn't have missed that. Like, he had every opportunity. He was shepherded.
Got a good shepherd from Nick Pavick too, didn't he?
Very good shepherd, and no one within. He probably could have had another bounce.
So Andy Hill from fullback for Eastern Suburbs, eastern end of the ground. Buckingham gives him a lead, and so does Stefanowski. He goes in that direction now, behind Shaw, punches away through the middle. Frost tries to get the footy out. Intervong's there. Get a kick around the corner. Foot race now towards the boundary line. Buckingham should be able to get a shepherd from Bailey. He will do so now. Pilgrim coming at him, but the handball was not good, and it is out of bounds at half forward for Bannockburn. Commentary box side. We're on the northern side here at Richmond Crescent this afternoon. DeLang to do the ruck work against Frost. DeLang works to the front now. Stefanowski from behind for Eastern Suburbs. Taps it towards Colliger. Clinton Shaw. His kick smothered. Hands and knees now. Intervong in there working hard for Eastern Suburbs. It's on the point of the centre square at half forward for Bannockburn. Flanagan getting up off the bottom of the pack as well. DeLang goes up early, gets it down. Camerado coming through, misses the footy. East is there, tries to ride the tackle, he can't do so. Stefanowski on hands and knees as well. Shaw gets another smothered kick. Camerado from centre half back towards centre half forward. Perkins gets his hands up there, can't take the mark. Aaron Broom runs through, can't take it with him. Delamonica can kick around the corner towards centre half forward. Bounces beautifully for Singleton. He's on the left boot. Can he measure the pass towards Sheen? Well, he can, but he unfortunately fell over. Jake Hewitt didn't, and Angus Hewitt runs away from full back. Goes towards centre wing Giles. He's got 3 on him, but he takes the mark and keeps running and does well. Goes on the left boot, measures the pass beautifully towards Pavick, who can take it at half board, and Bannockburn give it back to Giles. Giles now running at 50. Can he finish it off? It's a poor kick off the boot. Is he looking for a Roweth pass? He was. He's out there, Roweth. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can, but he runs into a tackle from Hill. It's in the right forward pocket now for Bannockburn, and over the top of it was Hill. Cal Gray as well gets a clearing kick defensively towards half back, and they've repelled that attack by Bannockburn, the Eagles, on the outer side.
I tell you what, boys, you get a bit of play like Hewitt to Giles to Pavick to Giles to Roweth. If Bannockburn start to string those together, look out.
Yes, they certainly moved it well. Ball thrown in between wing and half forward on the change room side here at Richmond Crescent. Picked up by Peters of Eastern Suburbs. Drives the ball over the centre line. Perkins from behind puts the big fist into the ball and over the boundary line. So it's gone from half forward at one end to half forward at the other end. It's now on the western end, southern side of Richmond Crescent. Boundary umpire with the ball. DeLang and Frost going to do it again. In front this time was Frost, but DeLang got the tap down to Camerado. Camerado on the left foot, but only kicks it as far as Perkins at centre half back for Bannockburn, and he's taken a strong overhead mark. Perkins now. Not a lot of movement up the ground. There's a lot of players congested on the wing. Players going up there. One hand was Flanagan. Can't take the mark. Ball chipped over the top. Pilgrim. Well, I was going to say running onto the ball, but it was just a little wide for him, and it's gone over the boundary line, almost back to where the ball was about a moment or two ago. 9 minutes gone first quarter. Eastern Suburbs 1-1. Bannockburn 1 behind. Thrown in again. DeLang from behind. Great tap down. Intervong. Drives it over the centre. Oh, Williams gave his opponent a king-size push in the back. Umpire had a clear view. Said, no, it's fair enough. So, mark taken, but this time intercepted by Broom. It is on half-back for Bannockburn. He finds Harding, but the ball was touched in transit, so it's play on. Oh, good solid work. Players running hard at the ball there, and the umpire's going to move in. We'll have a ball up between centre wing and half-forward flank on the southern side, Richmond Crescent.
Well, pretty evenly matched, Pete, don't they, at the moment? Just the way they're moving the ball both sides.
They do, but what interests me in the middle of the ground for East, Delamonica, I think he's had about 5 or 6 touches already, and that's a good sign for East.
Harding gets a kick away from the ruck contest towards half-back. Michael O'Leary's across there. Oh, look at that. He's still got a bit of touch, I think, the young kid, because he gets it towards centre wing. He ducked out of a couple of tackles. Kick now. In fact, there's a handball from Flanagan to Colliger. Nappies runs away and gets onto the left boot towards centre half forward. The lead's on by Pavick. It's a good one too. He takes it inside the centre square at centre half forward. Andrews gives him a lead. Hill, can he stop it? I don't think so. The Drainer takes the mark at half forward. Good lead, good kick.
Long way out though.
Yeah, he's a long way. Now the lead's on again. It goes in from Stefanowski towards at centre half forward was East. Can he turn it around, kick the goal? Well, he can give it to Roweth, who loves the goal, and Rowie runs in and kicks it. And first goal for Bannockburn, Darren Roweth. Good movement of the ball from centre wing on the outer side, or the grandstand side, to this half-forward flanker then through the arms of Darren Roth for his first goal and scores level again at the 10.5-minute mark. 1-1-7 Bannockburn Eastern Suburbs, 1-1-7 Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
What you're saying, Pete, that was inevitable, wasn't it? That had to happen the way the trend of play was going.
Yeah, and what's been interesting, you know, I've watched Bannockburn play a few times over the last couple of years. They're not too scared to use their opposite side. You know, they don't always have to turn onto their right foot if they're right footers. A couple of those passes across the ground then were on their wrong foot and measured off beautifully.
Back in the middle, Frost and DeLang. I can get really effective tap. DeLang got a second tap, but only as far as Kevin Connors. Handball over to Rick Harding, tries to tap it on Hawthorn style to Troy College of the 80s, but that doesn't work. Intervong's in there also. Kick off the ground, Shorty Peters. Goes towards centre wing, coming out Singleton, leads in the race of the football. And next to him, Tom. He falls over. Now he's back up. The major, he does well. Damien Tommy's over the top of the football. They appeal for holding. It's not. The umpire will come in and bounce at umpire Santa Spirito. On centre wing, southern side of the ground, right in front of the Eastern Suburbs coaching box. And it'll be DeLang once again to do the ruck work for Eastern Suburbs against Frost. He gets it down to DeLang, towards Intervong. Frost over the top of the football as well. Pack develops on the top. Camarado just runs into a back there. The umpire will come in. What will he do? No, he's going to bounce the ball. And we'll have another bounce on centre wing. Do it all again, DeLang and Frost.
Just a bit soggy in the area. If they can clear
Yeah,
that
that is
area,
that
that's
area,
the only part of the ground that's really not 100%.
Frost does so now. Handball quickly towards Colliger. That came from East. Goes back, was smothered by Bailey. Still back in there with Lincoln East in the middle of Richmond Crescent. Gets onto the right boot. Goes towards half forward. Harding with his eyes on the ball. Punch away by Peters. Does he pay the mark? Yes, he does.
Geez, you want to.
Yep.
Great mark.
Rick Harding took the mark at half forward, just in front of the social rooms here at Richmond Crescent.
During the reserves game, he'd have fancied himself from there, Pete. I think that was a howling gale, but it's slowed down a bit. The part, well, that's exactly what you were saying a moment or two ago, Peter. He just measured that pass perfectly. The player running onto it was Rowath, already kicked one goal, and now he's taken the mark 35, 40 metres out, and that was good foot control of the ball.
Yeah, Darren Rowath, he's not really the type of player any other side wants to see have a good day out, because a good day out to him is about 6 or 8.
Well, he's most unselfish, and he's picked out Nicky Pavic, and I tell you what, I don't think I've seen Nicky Pavic kick too many goals from North Shore.
Oh, you've just mozzed him.
I was quite surprised to see him in the forward pocket because he usually plays on the wing or half back.
Wing half back, that's right.
Hey boys, I was quite surprised to see Darren Rowath pass the ball.
Yeah, that's true too. Rowie loves a goal.
Nicky Pavic now from 25 metres out, almost directly in front. Stuttering sort of a move in. He's put the ball on the boot. It's a magnificent kick straight over the goal umpire's head. So I now have seen him kick a goal. And at the 13.5-minute mark of the first quarter Victory Trophy scoreboard, Bannockburn moved to 2-1-13, Eastern Suburbs 1-1-7.
Good finish there by Nick Pavic, and good movement of the ball through the middle again, Pete, by Bannockburn.
Yeah, Lincoln East, he's done a couple of good things, putting the ball over to Ricky Harding. I thought that was quite well measured.
So Bannockburn with a couple of quick goals take the lead.
Eastern Suburbs, Pete, I reckon could use DeLang's dominance to more advantage. Do you think in the middle?
They could probably use Andy Reuter.
They probably could. Yeah. Back in the middle, DeLang and John Frost. DeLang can get it down. Flanagan, Intervong's there running through Harding again. Leaves it for Clinton Shaw in the end. He gets a right foot kick. Bailey running back with a flight of the ball. Oh, good mark. And that's Gutsy running back with a flight of the ball at half-back, takes the grab, plays on now, goes towards centre wing. DeLang gives him a lead, and he's going to be up against a couple of Bannockburn players. Coming through McCormack and Williams, needs a Shepherd. Colliger in there, working hard, went right, then came left, goes a left foot kick around the corner towards half-forward. Ronnie Pilgrim comes out, left it behind, left it for Bailey. He got a handball away to Intervong, handball inboard to Camarado. He had to stand, start, and go with the right boot towards half-forward. Delamonica runs back, O'Leary, it's punched away by Rose. Perkins getting across at half-back for Bannockburn, clears the play to Connors. Now he's got a bit of time to set something up, goes with the left boot towards centre half forward. O'Leary though, reading the play nicely. Michael O'Leary stands his ground at centre half back and takes the grab.
Yes, O'Leary, the ball's never going anywhere else, but O'Leary read it perfectly on that occasion. He's at the true centre half back position, looking for some options up forward. Now he sees a bit of movement in the centre of the ground. High in the air was the Eastern Suburbs player, couldn't take the mark, Peters, but it came to Tom. Tom drives it to the full forward position. Off hands, it's O'Leary in front again, but more than happy just to see the ball safely over the boundary line.
Two styles of play too, boys. You see Bannockburn in the last couple of minutes have tried to kick long into the forward line, and they're not doing it all that well, kicking into the breeze. When they were chipping it in, it was controlled a hell of a lot better.
Ball from the throw-in, half-forward flank. That's Pavic. Caught with the ball, yes. The umpire has paid holding the ball. It's Camerotto, drives it to the centre of the ground there. Bannockburn in the ascendancy once again. That time Flanagan. A little chip pass to Connors. A little hand pass over to Harding. Harding goes to the full forward position. Well, Rowath, if he hadn't have fall over, might have taken the mark once again. Andrews losing the race for the ball and, in fact, may well get a free kick, I think. The Andrew Hill pushed him in the middle of the back and landed on top of him.
This will be interesting for a left footer.
On this side of the ground, yes. Shane Andrews on the wrong side of the ground for a left footer. And he's starting his run in to kick the ball from the boundary line. He's only 25 metres out, but a very acute angle. Andrews now moves in. Good looking kick off the boot, but it's gone right across the face of everything and out of bounds on the full. So perhaps there was an argument there for check side, Pete?
Oh, I think so, or lay the ball off.
Yes. So it's Stefanovski for Eastern Suburbs who has the ball this time on the in the back pocket. Stefanovski now looking for options. Yeah, there's not a lot of movement up the ground. This is probably the difference between these sides and the top sides. There's always activity in the top side. Stefanovski, he gets it to a centre half back. Mark dropped there by Buckingham. Comes to ground. All players going in hard for the ball. Connors bends down, gets down to the fall of the ball, and looks like a Bannockburn player at the back of the pack there is feeling just a bit ordinary. It's Nicky Pavic.
Pavic, I think.
He's improved now because Bannockburn have in fact got a free kick. And it's not too sure who that was, but he's seen Pavic on his own at centre half forward,
mark.
and it was a very strong mark under real pressure. Knew there were players running at him, and he's a hospital pass to Colliger. 3-on-1, not a good option, picked up by Camerotto. Camerotto drives the ball to centre wing in front of our broadcast point. It's going to sit on the turf here. Delamonica does a good job, but he's outnumbered there by the Bannockburn side, and that was Flanagan, chipped it across to Perkins coming down from centre half back, goes to the full forward position. That was who was it? Rowath going for the fly, picked up there by Shaw. Shaw gets it to Pilgrim, and just weight of numbers in defence. Eastern Suburbs this time through Calvin Gray, get the ball clear. He's punched it clear. Now he's had a bounce. He's had a second bounce. He's got the centre wing, and on the left foot he's driven the ball to half forward. But yes, O'Leary there leads in the race for the ball. Unfortunately, it's too close to the boundary, and it's over. We've been playing 18 minutes first quarter. Bannockburn 2-1-13. Eastern Suburbs 1-1-7.
Pete, that was the difference there. They had the numbers in the back line, and it went back in to their back line because they had nobody on the wing to kick to. Camerotto turned around and had nobody to kick to.
Yeah, I was having a chuckle at Rowath going up against three guys that are about 6'2".
Pavic from the ruck contest on half back goes towards centre wing. Numbers with the Eastern Suburbs. If Peters can give it to Camerotto, he can. Just kicks blindly towards centre half forward. Perkins and Williams in front off hands through McCormack's hands. Giles is there, handball to Pavic, who's had a great first term, gives it to Tom, who ran from half back, goes towards half forward. Andrews with a long lead. The drainer can't take the mark. Off hands. College has got it. Bailey's next to him. College now, can he finish it off on the left boot? Troy College has kicked a good goal. A very, very good goal, Troy College up.
Well, I think that had to be a goal because I couldn't understand why it wasn't a free kick to Shane Andrews. He's the only one going for the ball, and the two guys tracking him down out of the back line just give him the biggest heave-ho in the middle of the back.
So 3-1-19 now. Bannockburn, they lead Eastern Suburbs 1-1-7. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 19 minutes in this first term. They're starting to get a bit of a roll on here, Bannockburn. We see Scotty Bowl in the middle for the Tigers now, replacing John Frost, who's having a rest. And DeLang still in the middle for Eastern Suburbs. Umpire Sanders Burrito has the football in hand. Throws it up now. DeLang gets it down towards Intervong and Camerotto. Connor's in there also. The umpire says it's mine again. We'll have a secondary bounce in the middle of Eastern Suburbs home ground, Richmond Crescent.
Jose, Paul Camerotto, he's a great footballer, been around a long time, but when he gets the ball, I'd say 50% of the time he just bombs it.
Yep. He has been doing so in this first term. Delahunt gets it, goes wide towards Flanagan, coming out O'Leary as well. Can't trap it. Falls in the arms of Lincoln East. Gets a kick around the corner towards half forward. Gemmell behind, in front, and that was Colliger, who's having a rest in the forward pocket. Can't keep the ball in, and it is out of bounce. Just inside 50.
What I'm getting at there, if you had a class centre half forward or a monster at full forward, you can get away with that. But when you've got two young fellas that have just come out of the under 18s, you're really putting them under a hell of a lot of pressure.
Comes to him again. He goes now with a torpedo punt towards centre wing. Williams and Perkins. Perkins can't take the mark, off hands through the middle. Pavic gets a free kick for a high tackle. Play on the call. Gets it to Delahunt. Goes towards College, but chopped off. And taking the mark is Gemmell. He's got Delamonica on centre wing if he can give it to him. Oh, he's set a task for him and McCormack. They're out there. Now Delamonica needs a shepherd. He gets half a shepherd, then gets a kick away. Short little kick. Foot race now. Giles has got plenty of pace. Goes towards half-back. Leaves it behind though. Delamonica doesn't. Kick around the corner was all right. Broome comes across as well. Can he keep it in front of Hodgson? Yes, he can. Then gets his head ripped off by Singleton. It's advantage paid, is it? Yes, it is. Delahunt gets it from half-back to Rose. Rose measures the pass towards Pavic, who must have leather poisoning because he got so much of the football in this first term. Gives it to Broome. Camerotto coming at him. Short little kick towards Scotty Bowl. He picks it up. Gives it back to Broome, who's out now as DeLang goes to tackle him, and it is out of bounds in between wing and half forward, northern side of Richmond Crescent. 21 and a half minutes gone, 3-1 playing 1-1. Bannockburn with a 12-point lead. Off hands, Bailey from the ruck contest. Camerotto now, kick is too wide and out of bounds on the full, and David White, who's on the ground for Bannockburn, will take the free kick.
And just one other little comment I'll make about the Eastern Suburbs Committee. It's great to see they've moved the white line in a little bit from the fence. I think that certainly looks after the players' well-being a bit better.
Well, they've had to with the new fence being put up here too. And David White has it at half forward now for the Tigers. Goes towards Andrews, who goes up, can't take the mark. Off hands, College is there. Clinton Shaw getting a high tackle was Gemmell, and he will take a free kick at centre half back for the Eagles.
That was one of those occasions where the umpire blew the whistle and stopped the players rather than allowed the advantage. Gemmell now drives to the centre of the ground for Eastern Suburbs. Shocking kick. DeLang drops the mark he should have taken. McCormack tried to get a handball clear, but only as far as Bowl. On the left foot for Bannockburn. Gets it to Pilgrim on the 50-metre mark. Pilgrim into the full forward position. Almost a great mark there by Roweth, but great work Andrew Hill. Kicked it off the ground and, well, he's a true blue defender, I think, Hill. He only had eyes for the ball there. Got it, couldn't get it into his hands, but he got it to the safety of the boundary. So 40 metres from the behind post in the forward area for Bannockburn. Ball thrown in. Flanagan can't take it. Can't take it. The ball comes to ground. Stacks on the mill. Umpire allows play to go on. O'Leary heads for the boundary. Can't find it. The ball's still in play and very, very congested at the moment. But Bannockburn, they pick it up, drive it to the full forward position. But Hill in front there of Andrews, and he clears the ball for them. McCormack gives him a lead on half-back flank. Picks it up, looks for the dummy, decides to go with the kick, and
Good
there's
kick.
Delamonica in the centre of the ground. Good work for Eastern Suburbs.
Delamonica's he's got Buckingham running past. He elects that to go. Well, he does now go short to Buckingham. Oh, he's going to come at him, Perkins. He has to get around him. Oh, he does well. Now he sets something up. Good kick, good vision. He finds Singleton, uncontested. Tom just laid off him a little bit, and Singleton's got it centre half forward. Sheen gives him a lead. He wants to go long, no, to a vacant square. He goes there now. Off hands, O'Leary, Hodgson. O'Leary should be able to kick it off the ground and does so. Sean O'Leary for his first goal. And the second for the Eastern Suburbs side this afternoon. They go to 2-1-13. They trail Bannockburn 3-1-19. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 23 and a half minutes gone.
That was a terrible kick by Singleton, but the right idea. He let the full forward lead out, leave the vacant goal square, and tried to have a ping at it himself. But he tried a torpedo and probably should have kicked a drop punt. Might have towed it a bit better.
But an interesting 24 minutes, Pete. It really almost looks like all-out attack, doesn't it? The defensive sides are really struggling a bit.
Well, there's probably only Andrew Hill. I think he's been doing a great job. The other backline players are, just hanging in there.
Good point. Bowl in the middle from the throw. Gets the tap to Pilgrim. Pilgrim went for the handball, but missed the ball. Bailey it is. Picks it up. Drives to centre half forward. A whistle on play. It's down the ground against against Pilgrim, I think.
Yep.
And once again, it's a Singleton. Much better kick this time. Drives to the full forward position. 2-on-2 in the goal square. Oh, great work there for the Bannockburn side by Perkins, who's got back very, very quickly to the full-back position. And
It's pretty tough, isn't he, Pete?
oh, gee, that was a great bit of work.
It's not the type of man you want to stand in front of.
He makes sure he knows you're there.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ball out of bounds, 40 metres from the behind post, this time on the western end of the Richmond Crescent. Up goes Bowl, gets a tap down, but Interfong intercepts, drives it high toward the full forward position. Bannockburn defending grimly down there. David White, well, this is the rule they've been talking about at AFL level. He's punched the ball toward the boundary. He's got away with it.
Oh, he didn't even see the white line there, Eric.
No, the fact he was laying on it was not relevant, was it? Ball out of bounds. This time on the northern side of Richmond Crescent. Thrown in 20 metres from the behind post. Up high go the big fellas. Comes to ground. Well, ball Eastern Suburbs doing well. McCormack looked for a free kick. Didn't get the benefit of the umpire's whistle. Comes back on the ball again. A little chip, a little bit wider, looking for Camerado, but it's David White. He's intercepted. I was just going to say a shocking defensive kick. He's kicked across the face of goal, out of bounds.
He thought he was in attack.
He might have thought he was in the forward line.
I think he got frightened when he saw the goal, certainly. So it's a free kick to Eastern Suburbs now, 25 metres from the behind post, on the boundary line, and this will be, it looks like Singleton again, is it? And be a very, very good kick to score from there. Well, he's put it up high. Oh, I tell you what, he's made a pretty good fist of it. The wind has brought it back absolutely beautifully, and that's a sensational goal to the young man. And Daniel Singleton, his first goal for the day. And he's been a little bit of a live wire, a bit of a spark in the forward line for Eastern Suburbs. So now at the 26-minute mark, scores are all tied up on the Victory Trophy scoreboard. 3 goals, 1 apiece.
So, well, yeah, he's done a couple of good things in the last three or 4 minutes, Pete.
It doesn't hurt to inject a little bit of young blood, and I think with the comments I made earlier about Paul Camerado, I think if he takes another step or two and measures his kicks off a little bit better, these young fellas will grow in stature very quickly.
Bowl and DeLang in the middle once again. DeLang goes up early. Bowl gets it down. White's in the middle also. He misses it. Camerado runs back with the flight of the footy. Could have given a handball to O'Leary. Elects to go with the left foot kick wide though. He might give Morris Stevenson a kick. The unfortunate thing for Eastern Suburbs is he's on the bench, and he's just got the footy and gives it back to the boundary umpire. So it will be a boundary throw in on the southern side centre wing. Bowl up against, well in the end it was DeLang and White. White just thumps it straight over the boundary line once again. Gains about 20 metres for his side. But the boundary umpire will do it all again.
So I know we're late into the first quarter, but I'd really play White at full forward, bring him on, let him go to full forward and give Andrews a run on the ball.
Off hands now in the ruck contest. DeLang gets a right foot kick away towards centre half forward. Tom, was it sit for him? Yes, it will. Then he runs into one of his own players, Delahunt. Still gets a kick away though towards centre half forward. Stefanowski punches away from, that was short. At half back, Camerado gets another kick away towards half forward again. Williams and Tom in a race for the football. Tom, Williams, can he keep it in? No, he can't. And it is out of bounds. This side, in fact, southern side, half forward flank, Eastern Suburbs attacking to the western end in this first term, and it's 3-1-19 apiece.
I'd agree, Pete. I just watched Camerado on that occasion. He just grabbed it and didn't look at all. One step and bang.
Gets the ball a lot. You know, he's a good footballer. No discredit to him, but he's just got to have a bit more of a look.
DeLang bucking him through the middle as well. Colliger on hands and knees. DeLang. Delamonica gets a kick away. Now, was that dropping the ball? Singleton up against Tom, it might have been. He had the footy and then dropped it pretty quick, didn't he?
I think Damien was very lucky to get away with the ball up then.
So it's going to be a free kick, is it? And it is to Eastern Suburbs. So I think he was giving a bit of lip to one of the experienced boys from Bannockburn there, Steve Delahunt. The unfortunate part about it is he became the retaliator when he told Daniel Singleton where to go, and he got the free kick, goes towards Buckingham, pushed away. Now White has got it, just gets his kick away under pressure from Sheehan. It's out wide, foot race now, coming across towards centre wing. Clinton Shaw can pick it up, get away from Bailey, get away from Sheehan, does well. Poor kick though, goes to Camerado, can give it back to Stefanowski off a standing start. He goes towards McCormack at half forward. Oh, good chest mark. Rode the bump from Giles well, and McCormack gives it off to Delamonica quickly at half forward. He'll have to be quick. Giles coming across, goes towards Williams, and standing there and taking the mark is Ashley Perkins. And Perkins now goes towards the outer side half-back flank, gives it to East, kick around the corner. Oh, coming at it. That should be a free kick for Too High Peters, and he will take it. The captain of Eastern Suburbs at half forward can go laterally towards Camerado in the middle. He finds him now. Now, Camerado goes towards O'Leary. That's Sean at half forward. Now, can't pick it up. McCormack's there. O'Leary, good follow-up. Goes to the left boot. Has he kicked the goal? It's pretty close. In fact, it's just going away on the siren for one behind to Sean O'Leary. And that is quarter time here at Richmond Crescent. And it is that one behind by Sean O'Leary is the difference between the two sides. It's 3-2-20 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 3-1-19. The goal kick is in that first term for the Eagles. Sean O'Leary has one, so does Troy Sheen, and so does Daniel Singleton. While for Bannockburn, their goals, Darren Roweth, Nick Pavick, and also Troy.